we do not often come and do things more than once because there's a lot to do in the world that you can do that you haven't already done. So like we don't often visit the same places, and this is an exception. We have come to this place, and like I had mentioned before, we also spent time here about 12 years ago, and part of the reason I wanted to come here is because I wanted to go to the middle of that lake and go to that island. But part of the reason was because I kind of wanted to see something that we had seen when we came here that was shocking to us at the time, and it's still shocking. And this is the first bit of it that we're coming across this time. This town actually had a big portion of itself destroyed because there are a couple of volcanoes here and they've erupted, and back in the 70s was the first main one. It erupted, all the ash fell, then rain came, the ash got super wet, turned into mud, came down the hill and destroyed like a large portion of the town. And this is, some people are probably familiar with this, it's like a mirror system for like a road where two cars are gonna meet where they can't see around the corner. Like that's what this is, and it's just bent over and fallen. And I'm pretty sure that this is from probably not the 1970s one. I don't think it's quite that old. But then again in 2000, they had another eruption that created more ash, more mud, more rain, more destruction. So this area is sort of like a living museum, but also a haikyo is like a word in Japanese that means an abandoned building. So it's sort of like a mixture of the two. It's an officially sanctioned thing. Like there's a dude down there with a booth and stuff. So they're like keeping it how it is as a tourist attraction / educational type thing. And we're gonna go walk around a little bit. And I think we actually are gonna get to see into some volcanic craters, if I recall. So we'll have another peek into that. It'll be kind of similar probably to what we saw yesterday. And then we're gonna get to see, hopefully before it gets dark, some of the buildings that remain that it's pretty intense. Do you know what this is?
It's a box that they put newspapers in.
Not anymore, it's not. But it wasn't in the first place. This is a Hokkaido thing or a northern thing. This is a box that they have for putting sand in so that when the snow gets really heavy, somebody can come and get like sand out of this box and put it on the sidewalk or on the road, and it'll like make it so that it's not dangerous to walk on.
It's a sandbox?
It's a sandbox.
For adults?
Yeah, it's a sandbox.
In emergencies?
Yeah, but only in chilly climates.
Ah, I see sand.
You do know that kanji. I didn't know if you'd know that.
But I might not have recalled it had I not known. So, yeah.
Welcome to our video series where I will be mansplaining things to Katie.
Come here, let me fart on you again.
No, it's terrible.
It was terrible. I was over here by myself going, God, this is horrible.
This is an example of one of those mirrors that's in its like, you know, natural position as opposed to bent over.
Weird. Perfect. Toyako has a lot of things in a very small area. You can go and look at disaster stuff, which we'll get to soon. You can come over here and look at a volcanic crater that's filled with water. Not only one, but two. This one has a much better view than the other one, so this is the one you're getting to see. And as we went out on a lake, and we went to a little island out on the lake, and we rode a boat today. Like, there's so much here that I kind of didn't realize the last time that we were here. It just kind of seemed like a scatter shot of just do stuff. But now I'm putting it all together that this is a pretty interesting and easy to access area.
We're not even hitting like onsens and like izakayas and hotel restaurants and resorts, and like there's a lot in this little pocket.
Yeah, but
and
most of it's closed.
We're only in this one little pocket of the lake too. We could go around the whole lake and there's stuff like along the lake too. I do think we're in like the active area, but you know what I mean?
The active area.
Yeah, well.
I don't want an explosion here.
Yeah.
I can't take an eruption.
And I just keep looking over here at this mountain, man. Like, this big papa up here.
Can you actually see that on the film?
I don't know. It's hard to tell with the camera. Maybe if I dive this, it's hard to tell. You know what I'll do? I'll take a picture.
Wise move. But yes, and we both sat there talking about that mountain, saying, I don't remember it being there last time. How is it
yeah,
that a whole mountain can be forgotten by 2 people? So we've been trying to figure out how we've forgotten that mountain.
I need to go back and watch the video. Maybe we do mention it and we've just forgotten it. Or maybe it was just in a haze and you can't see it or something. I don't know.
Watch it tonight.
Yeah, yeah, maybe we'll do that.
Yeah.
As we get down closer to the disaster area, we're going to be walking past some of this stuff. And this stuff is things that I believe have been constructed post-disaster that will stop additional disasters from happening. So it's like this big barrier that they built so that if there's another mudslide that's caused from, a volcano and ash and then water, yada, 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 comes down here, it doesn't destroy the town, which is still further down the hill, the operating town. And it actually directs everything in a way into, I'm looking at this, like it has holes and stuff. They have a way of funneling any mud or anything that's going to come down the hill into a valley that they've built that then goes down into the lake, which is a much safer place to put things that come out of a mountain as opposed to inside of people's homes.
There are 2 huge concrete structures behind me. This used to be a bridge that a train would go across. And obviously with the situation that happened, that's no longer happening here. Not only because it got destroyed, but also because this is not okay to put stuff here anymore. And coming over here, I'm looking at this doodle that they were doing, and I'm wondering how they captured this excitement of learning, yet, oh, that's not really that good. This just kind of off smile.
Somebody did a really good job.
Concern, but yet enthusiasm for learning. Son, I'm about to get all the wishes. Have you seen this shit? If I wait like maybe 6 days, I could have 20 wishes. No doubt about that.
I'm not seeing any wishes getting happen, man.
It won't end up happening, and I'll feel like it was unsuccessful. It's too fresh. They're holding on too tight now.
So if you blow and get nothing, do you lose wishes?
No, who's taking away wishes?
I don't know. I don't know what the rules are.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little too fresh.
You're not gonna give it a blow? Oh, look at that. Oh, that's not even one full one. You lose wishes.
Who's taking the wishes?
Them's the rules. Come on now.
We're getting to the part that definitely struck both of us, made us just sit back and go, holy crap. And the mudslide, when it came down, reached the 2nd story of some buildings. And they didn't take all the buildings down here. It might have even gotten higher than that in some areas, because I'm looking at a road over here. It looks insane. The mud has gotten all the way up to there. But in the building behind me, you can see the front door of where you would go into your apartment, and it's completely blocked. The windows are knocked out in the room next door. I remember just like reading all of the papers that you can walk by, all the little signs, and being like, oh, okay, so something bad happened here. And then we hit this, and I was like shocked that they would keep this stuff up and let you see it. And 2, that you can get right up close to it and actually have the feeling of, well, what if that was my apartment? Or what if I was in there when it happened? And you can really actually absorb the situation. Whereas with all the plaques that they've put up, which are numerous, I didn't get this feeling from them. We're around the back side of the building now. I mean, we were just over there a second ago. But what you can see over here is it feels as though you are on the 1st floor, but you can completely see below that deck, there's a whole nother deck on this side that has just been engulfed. And on the 2nd floor, the mud was going into there. So it had to have been higher than what we're seeing right now. And that just blows my mind. Eric also pointed out that there were many more multi-story buildings here. And I saw a picture where one had been on a volcanic fault, so half of it fell down.
Bro.
It just broke. It's just outrageous. That's all I've got.
This might help illustrate this a little bit more, but like, that's the door. Like, that's where the top of the door would be. And I mean, I'm pretty tall, but usually a door like this, I'd be able to fit through. And I am standing, and it's, here, like that. I'm standing where you used to be able to walk into this building. And we think this was a onsen or something, maybe like a bathhouse. We're not 100% sure. It's a little ambiguous. But you can see like there's just like mud blasted on the thing, and there's like vending machines and stuff over there, and it's just one of the 2 remaining buildings, and then the bridge they've kind of kept as this open air museum, like educational tribute or whatever to the disaster that happened back in them's days.
I think it's the eyebrows.
This clip is a highlight from a series of videos on our main channel that we filmed in Hokkaido, Japan. The video this highlight is from is linked on screen and down below. Check it out for the full experience. Don't forget to subscribe here too for more highlights.